Welcome back, you guys. We are still waiting for our re-host, so right now it is me, JibblyJam, and the lovely
Mordred Viking. Hello, everyone.
lots of big wars going on, and also potentially we casters may have gotten our own nation. So as soon as we are able to load back in, I believe that the cost of this nation was a whiskey sour and a little bit of diplomacy.
Yeah.
And that's how we got it.
Because I do think that it was either Christo or Florry managed to get a favor, which they then cashed in. It was Florry.
And then I asked nicely Serbia if they would give it to us. So we will see. But we are currently waiting for our new host information to come in. And I do know that Russia is in Great Britain, PU. They are currently in the midst of a pretty big war with Mewar and some of the...
Persia.
Oh, and Persia. Okay, yep. And so, yeah, we are just very curious. But how are you guys feeling about what you have seen so far, chat? That's what we really want to know, because the energy in the castle right now is very hype as Grandest Lan is coming to a close. People are ready to go all out, and we're going to be seeing some really gigantic wars, big world wars coming up in the last couple of hours here.
Absolutely. I was talking to a couple of the players at lunchtime about this, and they're like, yeah, it might be a little bit quiet for the next hour or two, and then everything is just going to kick off. And I think we're starting to reach that kickoff period. Everything's going to start happening.
Yeah, I know that the New World is starting to also kick off. Africa's kicking off. We've got Asia, Southeast Asia. They're also happening.
The poll is now up, so vote on the Castor Nation name.
Excellent.
Get your votes in. Vote, vote, vote.
Yes. What's your personal favorite? What's your vote?
I mean, Miley Cyprus.
I know, me too, me too. Hypers is good too.
Cyprus
is
was
good.
really good.
I was a big fan of Sus creating Texas and Tex Sus, so I'm, obviously a pun person. But yeah.
Somebody did say Susprus.
Oh, Susprus. That's pretty sus. We're come on, guys. It's, clearly not, we're not sus. Chat, we're not sus. The nation is being helmed by King Florry himself, I think. I'm not really sure. That's what he said, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
So I don't know.
So Florry has entered the arena.
Maybe. I'm not exactly sure if he's actually allowed to or not.
Don't see why not if he's not casting.
Yeah, so...
Why, is there like a computer free, or do they need a computer free? Like,
I don't know.
I mean, they can join on my laptop if they want.
So that would be very exciting. And so we've decided that we were going to create our own royal court. And so
Speak
we'll
of the
see.
man, Florry just
There
walked
he is.
in. Are you actually going to be controlling a country?
We're in. We're in. What's the country name? Castorland.
Oh, it is Castorland.
I'm the queen. Okay. So Queen Jibbly, King Florry.
Oh.
You're the heir? Okay. 666. Okay. Talented and ambitious daughter.
Nice. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, chat. The poll, we don't control the save edits necessarily. So unfortunately, you guys, we've just been informed that it will be called Castorland, which is interesting because the castle that we're actually staying at is in Castorland. So when you first walk in, there's like a big puzzle that's created, like somebody framed, and it's over this like big mantle, and it says Castorland under it. So
Wait,
How have I not seen this?
I took a picture of it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Florry, do you want to come talk to people as
Yes,
well? So
come,
are you,
come.
Are you going to actually be playing?
We don't have a setup, I suppose.
There are laptops you could use.
Yeah.
So we're just bringing Florry in. It sounds like he's just going to be audio.
Unless you want to pop over to camera, because,
Yeah,
classic.
we're now thinking about trying to get EU4 on Midge's laptop
Yeah.
so Florry can actually play in person
Yes.
as Castorland. And
Florida.
begin his world conquest
Yep.
now in 15 something or other. I'm sure you'll manage.
Oh yes, totally. Easy clap.
Easy. Much too easy.
Clap.
like-
I've also made a plea with Texas to rename my home province JibblyLand. So we'll see if they
Okay.
follow through on it.
Nice. I haven't made any requests. I feel like I'm kind of missing out at the moment.
Yeah, you got to go out there. You got to do some dip.
Well, I mean, I did get Gotland going Norse, so it wasn't a request, but I feel like it was aimed at me.
That was definitely aimed at you. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Sorry?
Yes.
Why not?
Why not?
Oh, whilst you're at it, can you name Upper Gelders? I think he owns that.
Yes.
Yeah,
As a
they do.
matter
I
of
mean, they have
fact,
the whole of the Netherlands, so yeah.
change the entire land after all of us because we're not narcissists or anything.
No,
Absolutely not. No.
like streamers are completely not known for having an ego.
Oh,
or anything.
yeah. Of
Absolutely
course.
not. No idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I made us all 666s, so there you go.
Thank you.
Speaking of ego.
Excellent.
Naturally.
Excellent.
I mean, is it really ego if it's true?
Yeah,
fair
of
enough.
course. Of course.
True.
Thinking about it. Was thinking about it.
Oh, chat.
Oh, we got the host typing in chat at the moment, so
Yep.
we might be getting some details very,
It
very
might
soon.
be coming in. A break and save edits right now. Okay.
Hosted in a couple of minutes. Okay, so we have the details coming in a few, so we're just going to be hanging out for just a little bit longer.
So, cool things that happened at the castle today. There was musket shooting.
I slept through it.
There was archery. I streamed through it. And then we had the castle tour. Did you do that?
No, I was doing this.
Okay. Well,
Work, it gets in the way.
Yeah. So I know for a fact I was walking around for some of the stations, and like each station had like 1 or 2 players, but they were kind of missing some of their teammates while they were going out and doing all of the additional things like in the castle. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I do wish I'd done the tour. That would have been kind of interesting, because we did get a little bit of a sneak peek yesterday into some of the other rooms, because we were trying to find a appropriate place for the Declaration of Independence to be signed.
Okay.
And they found like the hunting lodge, and it's just this place. It's just
Did you see the dungeons?
No.
Oh, they're very cool.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. I also went into the chapel. It was spooky.
Yes, I have been on that. Yep. Ah, okay, the dungeon's below the chapel. Gotcha.
Yep.
Yeah,
So-
next year maybe I'll have a bit more time to go exploring. I have to enter as a player myself as opposed to doing the streams. Although I do love doing the streams. The
What
streams
kind
are
of
cool,
dungeons? Dungeons and Dragons, obviously.
obviously. And that's actually how we know each other.
Yeah.
Like we've been playing D&D together for what, 4, 5, 6 months, something
Yeah.
like that.
And I was like so excited to come out and meet Mordred, meet Midge, who is my dungeon master. So, you know, gotta get some favors with him so he doesn't kill off my character.
Yeah, you got to keep those going. There's a reason that Zep is so beloved.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's true. I'm curious to see if Florry is going to be able to get on here. Come here, please.
Oh, handing over.
Hi guys. How you doing?
Hello, Florry. How are you doing?
Good.
Oh, now we're getting another headphone as well.
I was just watching the hold on, I don't want to happen. I was watching the Russian war. Great interest. It's still going on, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Maywar and Persia are biting quite deeply into Russia at the moment. Things are definitely not going Britain's way. So we may well see that personal union broken, because that was the outcome. If Maywar and Persia win the war, then Britain breaks the personal union. I don't know what the forfeit is on the other side, though.
Well, I've heard from someone that Britain is going to break the union because Russia is not worth it. They don't deserve to have their queen. That was kind of what they were saying.
Ouch.
But I think they're gonna keep fighting though. Like,
Yeah.
Britain at this point is kind of bottomless. Like they can keep going forever.
Yeah. They definitely have just been sitting pretty, deving, saving up money. They're good.
Sorry. Can you hear me better now, chat?
There we go. Now I can
I
hear
hear
you, so
you.
that's probably good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, seems good.
Good stuff. Yeah, one of these headphones needs to be like right on your mouth. I think it's
I
actually
think
that
it's
one,
this
but
one.
yeah.
Cool.
Anyway, so chat, we were asking earlier, what are your favorite moments? What's the thing you've enjoyed the most about the couple of days that we've had going here so far? I'm very curious about that. What's your favorite moment so far?
Me personally, was probably watching Jerusalem happen.
Okay.
I was a huge fan of that, and I believe that they just got Ferrara released from Kingdom of God, and so that was really cool to see as well, especially after watching Kingdom of God kind of overextend themselves in several wars, and they seem to be fairly weakened after that Serbia conflict. So,
Yeah.
what about you?
Mine's definitely Livonia. The last stand of Livonia, taking on the 6 and winning somehow. That
Taking
was
them out
incredible.
one by one,
Yeah.
and it lasted so long too. It was like 10, 12 years. That was epic. But also Ryazan was doing like a 1v4, and that was really early into the game. Like that was really sick as well.
I missed that. Who were they fighting?
They were fighting Pskov, Perm.
Oh, is that when they all died?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
okay.
how they knocked
They
out
they
all
all
of those
went.
nations.
They all went to Russia and they didn't come back.
Yep.
So
Interesting. Oh, very cool.
I think that was day 1, right?
yeah, that was
Yeah,
that
day
was day
one.
1. I mean, like yesterday evening, I was thinking about the Livonian War. It's like, man, that was such an epic war yesterday. Wait, that was like 5 hours ago, but it felt like a day.
Yeah. Like these are long days.
Time is really
We're going
fluid
for
here.
14 hours at a time. So even though we're cycling out, we're still like roaming around, speaking to the other teams. Also sometimes having to help out with the usual stream setup. There's a lot going on. There's an awful lot going on. Even if we don't necessarily see every moment ourselves on the streams.
And you have
It's
to
a
think
lot of
about-
physical exercise because there's so many stairs here. You hear people panting and like running around, and if you see people running around, you know, oh, maybe a war is about to start, and then you follow them to try and see what they were talking about, and then it's just like, yeah, can you give me 500 gold for, I don't know, this one province, and then it fizzles out into nothing.
Exactly. Or like you'll be crossing across a hallway and someone will be like running full speed and you hear like the footsteps like thump 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 and they're like trying to like do dip really quick on the fly and you're like, I'm sorry, I don't want to be in the way.
And just stop. It's like, "Meow." And also just the little pockets of people like in a corner, and whenever they hear your footsteps, like, okay, it's
Yeah.
a streamer, it's fine.
Or
He's not going to reveal anything.
yeah, or when people start telling you their plans and then they're like, wait, who are you playing? And you're like, no, it's okay, I'm safe.
Yeah, and also the reaction of people if you say like, "Oh, I'm a caster." At first they're like, "Oh, okay, he's not a country." Wait,
Yeah.
hold on. You talk to everyone.
Yep.
I probably shouldn't be telling you this out of all. It's the most dangerous person to say anything to.
All right, chat. Well, we are able to join. Hopefully I typed that in correctly, and it looks like we are in.
I'm fairly sure I got one of those numbers wrong.
Excellent. I just want to see Castorland.
I really want to see
Oh, it's
Castorland.
coming. 3%, 4%.
So, Flor, do you want to
Alright.
tell us the story of how you were able to obtain?
Yeah, I want to hear this.
So I know. I bumped into the person that does the save edits, Jarvin.
Bumped into?
Bumped
Jarvin
into.
is here?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And so I was like, "Hey, can I get a country?" And he was like, "What are you willing to pay?" I was like, "Okay. Well, I just got this favor from someone." He's like, "No. Get me this drink." So I got him the drink. I just bribed him.
Can you introduce me to Jarvin later? Because I worked with him quite closely when I was the CA last year.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, thanks.
Please tell the soup story. No.
No.
No soup story. No.
I am slightly curious to see if we got our color that we
I made it
requested.
purple too, as
You
per your
did?
request.
Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you. Very good. Very good. As the royal heir, cupbearer, and king. You have a lot of titles.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have a lot of titles.
I really hope I don't go hunting. I didn't change my age.
Uh-oh.
I should have made us all immortal too.
Aw.
I mean, again, true to life.
I mean, but no ego, though.
Oh
Free
really?
machines.
Seriously?
Oh, we.
Yeah, you should play
Ooh.
it.
Here we are. Here we are.
Castorland, let's go.
Castorland,
Yes.
Castorland.
Go grab a machine.
All right, I'm
We
gonna
wanna
check
see
it out.
Like, chat, how much do you want to see Florry actually do a world conquest as Castorland?
Who knows?
Cyprus.
Cyprus, yeah.
Right there.
Serbia asked that we do not kill them, so.
Nice.
Oh, this is exciting, chat. This is very exciting.
Yeah, we're getting Florry into the game. Everyone who is asking who is Florry playing as, we can now answer.
Yes. Castorland.
Because that's got to be one of the most frequently asked questions. It just keeps on coming up. We need to have like exclamation mark Florry, he's a caster.
Yeah. / Castorland.
Yes, now.
Miley, Cyprus. Oh, no.
maybe.
That would be brutal. Take him off observer mode and put him on Florry murder mode.
That is now the official mode. Let's loose the flurry of war.
I would like to know what ideas we have. They're not going to start us off with no ideas, right?
Well, maybe they will and just maxed out Monarch points. I don't know.
I don't know. They should have given us tons of ducats. I can tell you that.
Buckets of ducats.
Buckets of ducats.
Rename the province to Miley Cyprus. You know what? That's actually a pretty good suggestion.
That is
Yeah.
good. We will do that. We can do that, chat. What happens with our poll? Did our poll continue? Miley Cyprus won. Okay, yes, chat. We will, because the poll, Miley Cyprus won, we will 100%. Sorry, we're taking a picture right now, chat.
Be real.
Nice.
Oh, okay, well, we will name it.
So yeah, Midge, can you send a message to Florry then to rename it Miley Cyprus? Thank you.
Whoopsie doopsies. I think we're going to have another rehost.
Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh. Oh, look, now because we wanted our own nation, now it's causing all sorts of issues.
Now that Florry is trying to join the game, it's causing all kinds of issues. Suddenly
yeah.
everyone's just like, no, I'm done. I'm out. Bye-bye.
Rip, rip, skip, and doodle.
Stream stopped.
Uh-oh.
Is
Oh,
this
boy.
internet down?
Oh,
okay,
we're good. Refresh. Maybe it's not you. It's not me. It's you.
People are saying F question mark.
F question mark. Stream is fine. Digitronics. Okay, people are saying it's fine.
The stream is fine. Yeah, stream is fine
Fine.
on all platforms.
Okay.
1 in 3 is saying
Nah,
F.
we good. Okay, excellent.
It might be Twitch. Tell them,
Okay.
friends, if you can hear us, tell them to refresh.
F for fine. That's not helpful.
Yeah, like rip for really important processes are happening.
There you go. Ripperoonie.
Okay. Well, I guess servers lost, so you back out and restart. F for
for
flammable hardware.
F for Florry.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
So am I actually backing out of this? Oh, yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna have 2 servers lost, but that's okay. Wonderful, wonderful. I am so excited. So, as far as what the plans are for this evening, usually what happens after the game is done, is there like a big, celebration? Does the Emperor get anything special?
I have no idea. This is my first time being here in person.
Oh, okay. Well, that's exciting. Well, I guess we will see. I am ready for a celebration, I am sure.
Me too.
Continue game as Castorland. Oh, no.
It remembered. You even got the Paradox logo. Nice.
Ooh.
Alright,
Excellent.
multiplayer. Connect to id.
Oh,
Oh wow,
here it
that was
is.
quick.
Okay, that was very fast.
All right, numbers. And more numbers. That one I definitely got wrong.
I definitely feel as well I got it wrong.
Yep, 100% wrong. All right, let's start from that digit and go to that digit. And then I need to remember how to spell.
Chat, would it really be an EU4 MP if there wasn't like a whole bunch of problems trying to type in the... The only time I'm able to connect on my first try is when I'm the host of an MP, and that's the only time.
Yeah, flawless connections then.
Yeah.
100%. There we go.
Oh, you got in. Okay, I definitely did.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, very exciting.
3 cheers for the most beautiful streamer. Oh, thanks.
Oh, guys, look, I know.
And actually, the second half and Ghibli isn't half bad either.
Let's go. A small adjustment in California. I wonder if JibblyLand has come out. Uh-oh, now I can't back out of this. Oh no, now I'm full committed to not being able to connect. That's okay.
There you are, Jarvin. Oh, Jarvin, while you're in chat, you should definitely come say hi at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should.
Thank you, Jarvin, for Castorland. We really appreciate it.
Most beautiful streamer left, though. Florry's not on the screen.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
you're
true.
not wrong.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm offended.
You weren't even mentioned. I'm sorry. So, can we see some love for Midge as well in chat? How much do we appreciate Midge?
I appreciate Midge.
I appreciate Midge too. He's a very good DM.
Yes, he is. Please don't kill Zaraj.
Midge is a beautiful soul.
Midge
has
does have the best hair. This
That
is true. This is very true.
Crickets.
Oh. Midge one time yelled at me when I told him that I don't brush my hair, and he was like, "You need to learn how to take hair care." I had to restart. I had a thing, so as long as you're in, I guess that's all that matters.
I'm here.
Okay.
I can even ready up.
I am on my way.
Sound. Haven't had that for the last like 2 streams.
All right, I am ready to shreddy.
Oh, that's good. Midge is best when there is another person, Nicholas Faircrest.
Yeah.
Oh, when he is another person, not with another person.
Oh.
So I know who Nicholas Faircrest is.
Miley Cypress.
Still called Castorland.
That's okay.
We
We
can name the
have to,
province.
yeah.
We can go the province.
We have
It's
to
fine.
rename it.
What's the thing that impresses you most about the castle? That's a good question.
Oh, well, have you read up on any of the history of it?
No.
Okay, so I did because I am a nerd, and before I go to a castle, I have to learn all about it. So part of the castle burned down and has been rebuilt. It was also occupied for a brief time by the Soviets. It also had several different expansions, and it was owned by one family, and then they lost it, and then they got it back again. And I don't remember their name, but I did do my due diligence before I came out here. All right, well, I am on a 49%, so I am coming on in. What is your favorite part of the castle?
I know, I was
Mordred?
just trying to think that. I was like, while you're talking, I need to think of what my favorite thing is. It's big.
Lots of things are big. That doesn't make it. That's not what makes it impressive.
No, it is. It has actually got really impressive architecture. As we were driving in, you could kind of see it, like as the trees were breaking, bright blue sky behind it. Got a really nice picture of it. It's just a very picturesque castle.
It's
would be
very
the way
pretty.
to describe it.
Have
Yeah.
you seen the greenhouse?
I have seen it. I haven't seen in it though.
It's very cool. I've always wanted a greenhouse. It smells like plants.
As greenhouses often do.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's got to be the Grand Library for me.
Oh.
I love the Grand Library room with the massive table, like the
Where's that?
where a lot of the players are playing.
Oh, it is that one.
Yeah, with the big the L-shaped wing.
Mhm.
Yeah, oh,
Okay.
it's such a lovely room.
Yeah, like the rooms the players are playing in are fantastic. You're just wandering around, it's like, oh yeah, there's nerds here too.
I'm curious to see if we've renamed Miley Cypress. Wonder if someone should tell.
Rebuilt, burned down, sank into a
Glory.
swamp, rebuilt again, and the third time it stayed up. Interesting. When I
Nice.
first came here, this was all swamp.
Get out of my swamp. Oh man, so I am wondering what is going to happen with this war and what is going to be Livonia's next move. We did see some tricky little diplomacy with Gotland preparing a few little pretend wars just to transfer some land, but I know that they are under a bit of pressure between Texas and Jerusalem, as I'm going to continue to call them.
Oh, 100%.
So I would like to know what's going to happen with that. Also, FYI, they have marked Cyprus as territory that they want. So
Well, Gotland.
yeah, I know. I think they definitely marked it before we were given it. So
I'm not
it's
sure that they would
really-
dare. Like the risk of bad negative propaganda and the
Yeah.
ability that we have to basically rile up the rest of the players in a coalition against them. That would be a risk.
And if Florry is playing, I'm sure you know.
Yeah, that would be one certain way for Gotland to sink beneath the waves.
Yep,
After all, Florry wears an admiral's hat.
that's true.
Florry needs maritime ideas ASAP. He does.
Mm-hmm.
Maritime, naval, possibly, if we really wanted to go overboard.
How is enthusiasm as high on the third day compared to the first day? Yes, I would say so. I think that, you know, the first day, everyone's making alliances and they're making friends and they're getting used to, you know, life in the castle and, you know, what the game is going to be like. And I think, you know, bonds just form and have just gotten better and stronger, and everyone seems to be having such a great time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Like, we've been playing a lot. The days here are long, and yeah, people are still going. The atmosphere here is still super positive. Everyone's a bit tireder, but that's kind of expected with what we're doing.
yeah, when you talk to some of the players, you know, like they stay up all night, and you know, you'll talk to some of these people and they're like, oh, I haven't slept at all, or oh, I've only slept for 3 hours, and it's like, you know, 14 hours of EU4 for a true gamer, you know, this is like summer camp, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's
Yeah.
just absolutely perfect. So we shall see. It does look like everyone is almost in, so we will have to check on the Russian conflict.
Yes, we will, once we are able to get in. But we can see already the bite that Persia and Maywar have managed to take against Russia. Beelining for Neva. Is Neva the capital? St. Petersburg?
St. Petersburg.
Doesn't have the capital crest.
Ah, they might have...
Where's Muscovy?
Ooh.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, can you just not see capitals on this screen? Okay.
Yes, correct.
So it does kind of look like that. Oh, right, because the war goal is the capital. But is it St. Petersburg or is it London?
Oh, wow, okay. Alrighty then. Well.
Don't know where Persia's capital would be. Shirvan? That is something that we are going to need to look at when we are actually able to click around different countries.
Chat, are you aware that you can search for provinces by numbers? Did you know this, Mordred? Oh, yeah, here. Hit F.
F.
And type in 1. Guess which province comes up?
Stockholm!
Yeah. There's no favoritism, though.
None.
No favoritism
Just
at
like,
all.
except for rebels, the highest ID is also Sweden.
Yep.
Which is why back in the day when trade steering was sorted by ID and not trade steering strength, it was basically you had to play as Norway or trade steering just didn't matter.
Yep.
Because Norway is the earliest country that gets trade steering. But now they finally fixed it. I reported this bug like the first thing I did when I was the CA, like completely abusing my newfound powers. It got fixed in a recent patch. So trade steering is no longer based on ID. It is now based on your actual trade steering.
And province, which province is 420? Ganja. Which province is 69? Dortmund. I know all of them. I've got them all memorized right here. As you know, you gotta. I wasn't kidding.
420 is actually legit Ganja.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, and 69 is also Dortmund. So just in case you guys did not know that you can search for province by number, chat.
Yeah, but Dortmund isn't as funny as 420.
It actually
being
apparently
Ganja.
means
Really?
something that I probably should not say on the stream.
Okay.
But if you were to look it up, apparently it is relatable.
69 is not Nice. Yeah, that's true.
It should have been. Report this bug. Yeah. But
Yeah, it's almost like Paradox has a sense of humor. or
oh
something.
gosh, no way.
No way. What the province numbers are? Ha ha he he. Poland.
I don't know. I lied to you, chat, when I said I have them all up here. I have like the funny
2.
numbers. So, what is number 2? I don't know. I never looked it up.
Probably the one next to Stockholm.
I don't know. Nope.
2 is Östergötland.
Yep. Okay. There we go.
So it is the one next to Stockholm.
Yep.
And then I think it basically just
Probably spirals out from
spirals.
there. Yeah. Okay. Makes sense.
What's number 30? In fact, what's number 42? That's another important one. Warmia.
Wamia. Okay. Well, chat, if you guys are curious, you can go into your EU4. Oh, by the way, this is very important. EU4 base game and a bunch of the DLCs are on sale right now. So if you do not own anything, and if there is something that you are looking at purchasing and have on your wish list, now is a great time to complete your collection.
Yeah, and there are so many really good things that you can get for that too. It really does expand the game. Someone was asking what 1337 is, also known as Leet. That is the coast of Gujarat.
Googe. Very googey.
666. Copenhagen. Is this going to be Copenhagen?
Oh, I don't know. That's actually a really good point.
No.
King Chow.
King Chow.
Huh. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Very fun.
Thank you, Mark.
I could,
404, not found.
404. There's probably not one. Nope. Liwa. Oh, well, now we go. Oh, we're in.
loading.
We're going
We're
in.
loading.
We're going in. Okay. This is it, chat. This is it. That noise is so scary every time.
Yeah. I always find it hilarious when someone has that noise and you raid them in their stream, And they're like, oh,
Yeah.
oh, it's just you. It's just the Vikings. It's fine.
No big deal. All right, so I think we want to turn our attention to this enormous battle here.
do.
We've got 518,000 Brits with 402,000. Oh, it actually looks like Persia is coming in. Oh, we've unpaused. Okay,
With
here we go.
another 31k. Wow,
Yep.
that is an immediate unpause. It does look like Britain's going to be sent packing. Their artillery is in the front row, and the Persian Maywaris have a solid line. So Russia, Britain sent packing once again. Let's actually just take a quick look at the casualties. 1.4 million losses for the British side versus 994,000 on the Persian side. Both sides having lost almost 400,000 to attrition alone. That is quite brutal, and there it is. Peace has been signed. Let's take a look at Russia. Have they broken the personal union? They have!
Wow.
Russia is no longer in a personal union under Britain. Britain has lost the humiliation CB against Persia. Persia coming in with a maximized power projection. Great Britain lost provinces in our war, plus 100.
Unfortunate for Russia going from Great Britain's 665 to their current 330. That Tsar is not...
He's only 21.
Oh, no.
I mean, he is a free thinker, so they do save a little bit on the ideas, but yeah.
That mill, that 0, that is unfortunate.
That's
We
gonna
still have another war going on, Kingdom of God fighting Gotland. I wonder if this is
Oh.
real because they are not paying
Take Birkeland.
troop maintenance. Gotland seems to be doing a lot of
Fake wars.
and finagling. They're very, very diplomatic. Queen JibblyJam, Castorland.
Oh, yes, we do need to check
Oh,
this.
guys, this is so good.
Castorland, we got our Queen JibblyJam.
Yeah!
And the King Consort, the French Paradox.
Yes, good.
And the
good.
heiress, FlorryWorry.
Oh,
Jam.
this is fantastic.
I love this, the Jam dynasty. Oh, that's amazing.
This is great.
So what are Florry's opening moves, I wonder?
Oh, very curious to see.
He's still got his 5k stack of true. Oh, ideas. What ideas did they get? They've got admin, quantity, defensive, and humanist.
Ah, classic.
But administrative is not actually started yet, so they could switch that out for something else. And
Yeah.
humanist is half done.
Cool.
Defensive and quantity, though, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. I mean, we are an island, so.
And the casting ideas are production efficiency, global trade power. I don't know, production efficiency from casting? I feel like we're a bit more of a distraction, making people productive. Morale of armies +5, national tax +5, stability +5, morale of navies +5. I think this is just the standard idea set. National unrest 0.5, discipline 0.25, and then trade efficiency +5 with a capstone of maintenance reduction -5.
All right. Well, you know what? As far as I'm concerned, I'm just happy that we were able to finagle that.
Yeah, we've got our own place now,
Yep.
and we will protect it with our viewers' lives.
Meanwhile, Tinto dev team is Brazil. They seem to have taken over the eastern half of South America. They are having a little bit of Norse zealots. I wonder if they're trying to convert. It looks like it. They're not.
Possibly.
Oh, this is.
I know that Jerusalem was thinking about going Norse or Zoroastrian. They really wanted to go Zoroastrian for the old fire worship.
Right.
But yeah, I could definitely see Brazil going Norse. I mean, they're not opposing the 13,000 rebels currently or rampaging through their lands, and those Norse rebels are probably very happy looting and pillaging, as Vikings often are.
I'm sure. And if we take a peek at the great powers right now, what we've got going on is Great Britain first. They have just been sitting deving. They're very strong, very economically just, I think, highest income. If I take a peek at the ledger.
Yeah, I mean, they have 100% monopoly in the English Channel,
Yeah.
so I would not be surprised. Let's do
Yep.
that. Economy, income. That is not the tab I was expecting. That's the tab I was expecting.
Oh, bringing in 405.
405. Although Maywa not that far behind with
very
399.
close.
And then Persia a bit of a step back with 366. Westphalia with 330. Then another big jump to Russia with 270. And then everybody kind of files down from that point, with the poorest being us.
That's all right. That's okay. Take a peek at Great Britain. Sure.
What's What's up with Great Britain? 189,000 manpower still, 280 ducats in the bank. They have a surplus of 24. They do still have a bunch of loans. They currently have 6 loans, 5,000 ducats in debt. I believe that's from their building spree of getting all the soldiers' households and stuff like that. I would imagine. How much manpower do they get in a month? 7,800. That is a redonkulous number.
And
It's definitely the meta. Get as much manpower as you possibly can.
I'm just taking a peek at development. It is looking the silly province. 60 dev. Silly province. That's cute.
Silly province, yeah, nice. And it's woodland. That's not cheap.
Oh my goodness.
And we get
Alrighty.
an overview of the highest development in the world. I think there's a way of doing that.
Yes, there is. If you go
Where is that? States and territory? No.
under
Province?
country, province development.
Here it is.
There you go.
Really? No, that's just
No,
them.
that's just your
Like,
that's your
That's just
province.
Britain. So how do I get it?
Here you go.
Oh,
Do.
province development?
I
that's
think
what
you
I
have to
was just
go click instead of being on Great Britain, click on Observer.
Oh, yeah, that would work.
Yes.
Province development, now it shows nothing.
Oh, okay. Well, then I don't know.
I'm sure there's a way of seeing it for the entire world. Limited ledger? Okay, so it might be that we can't see.
Yeah, it could be. Aachen is not the highest dev province at 44 dev. Originally, it was like 75, so I'm not sure when the Emperor left, if maybe he took his dev with us. And it speaking...
I mean, 70 dev in New Zealand right now. So
Yeah.
yeah, I have a feeling that the imperial
Yeah.
household was brought with him in
Yeah.
exile to New Zealand.
He did appear on stream yesterday and tell us that he has been commissioning many works of art and cultural artifacts, so...
Indulging in a bit of trickle-down economics, making sure that those artists get paid. Nobody else, just the artists.
Livonia is Norse now. Oh, okay. We are seeing, if we take a peek at
Heck
the
yeah.
religious map mode, yeah, we are seeing...
Norse Livonia, Norse Scotland, and probably soon to be Norse Brazil as well. So definitely quite a few nations rising there. So
We've
which
got
of the
Sunni
sects have they taken
Americas
here?
as well, which is interesting.
So Livonia now has 130% discipline as a standard, and that's with Conrad von Rimmel, also a discipline guy. But I do wonder if there's another couple of ways that they can increase discipline when they're actually at war.
And Persia and their monument, they have gotten their monument to level 3, their Zoro monument. Okay, excellent. Good for them. Cool.
Indeed. And actually, that was another thing I did see on this list, is we can go to great projects and just see if anybody else is upgraded. It doesn't say if it's upgraded. Oh, okay. Oh, no, it does. Tier. Here we go. Magnificent! So Nan Madol, Geopolitical Palace, Boku Agash. In fact, if I hover over it, it'll show you what they do and who are they owned by. So Nan Madol is Aachen, settler chance, naval tradition, settler. Then we've got Gwangbok Palace, which is owned by Korea. Dev cost. Baku Ateshka, Persia, that is the Zoroastrian one. Salvador de Baja. Oh no, that's just significant. So these ones haven't been fully upgraded. They're just level 2 instead of level 3. There we go.
So if we take a peek at Livonia, we can see that they are at 100% militarization. And
they're actually still just naturally ticking up, so that's never going to go down. Plus 0.07. I don't know how they've achieved that, because their country is pretty big, and I thought that there was a limitation based on the size of your country, is how much militarization you generate.
And as far as their ideas, they have taken quality, defensive, religious, and quantity all fully fleshed out. And I believe everyone is caught up on institution.
Okay, apparently that's based on governing capacity, which they are under. So I guess if you go over governing capacity, then it starts to tick down militarization. Then that government form should have a penalty to government capacity. It does. It has -50. Okay, yeah, you're right. That's
And
how
I
it
think
works.
that that's why Livonia has not wanted to expand beyond their borders, because they certainly could have. We did see them stomping people in several wars, but they seem to have been at peace for quite some time. So,
Yeah, Chad is pointing out that Livonia could get another 5% discipline from offensive ideas, which is true. They can also get it from absolutism, which I noticed is actually kind of low at only 16.
ooh, okay. And since we are in the age of APSO, let's go take a look at everyone's APSO.
Is there a way of seeing absolutism for everybody, I wonder? Finding all of these new stats that I need to look at on a global basis. Like in the early game, I'm pretty good at this. I've done it a million times, but... Government. Absolutism. That's
Excellent.
max. That's max. There we go. Okay, so currently the one with the highest absolutism is in fact Siam, with Great Britain second place with 49, Siam with 52, Westphalia with 46, Manchu with 36, Nepal with 35, then it ticks down pretty steadily from there. So nobody with a huge amount, probably because they're still rejigging how their estates work. Estates,
And
of
if
course,
you-
being the biggest blocker.
Go back to that and
sorry.
go to max ABSO.
Yep.
And let's just see who is still not at the 60. Okay, so it goes Westphalia, France, Manchu, Japan, us, Castorland at 50. All right,
Heck yeah.
all right, we've got room to expand.
Yes, we need to have our absolute queen, JibblyJam, ruling with an iron fist.
Oh, wonderful. And
So things are fairly peaceful at the moment. Just going to take a look at Gotland, still fighting against some of the natives. Korea fighting against some of the oh no, that's Manila and Ternate. Oh, they're going for the
oh,
Spice
look
Islands.
at that big ternate.
Nobody went for the Spice Islands until now.
I love a big ternate. Ternate, one of the best nations.
I'm shocked that nobody's gone for that yet.
Interesting. So Majapahit, let's see if that is a player or if that... I wonder if somebody rejoined, because they are free.
Majapahit are free. Are
Oh.
they a player?
Orissa is in a player war. Blue Flames, they are fighting Siam. What is this war about?
Interesting. Yep, they are indeed going after Siam. This is the Siamese conquest of Bangkok.
Excellent. And they are...
Orissa, Mewar, Nepal against just Siam. Was Siam left with no allies? They seem to have been. Oh no, they're allied to Japan.
Will Japan join them on this is the question. And is this one of those gentlemanly 1v1s? I am not seeing...
I mean, they're already a peace deal has come through for 2 provinces. It has not yet been accepted. And there we go, peace is declared.
Yep.
So I think that was just a cheeky.
That
We're going to do some
cheeky.
land trades.
And Andalusia is currently in a war as well. But again, this is
Against
the
the United
U.S.
States.
Okay, what's going on over there?
Take Alta Gracia.
Now, again, is this actually a real war or are these... Oh, no, it looks like it. Andalusian Columbia is blockading, but that is a colony, so who knows?
What's that? Alta Gracia up here. Oh, it's the capital. So it's a conquest for the capital.
I'm not seeing U.S. mobilizing, so I'm not sure if this is one of those cheeky diplomatic wars.
Not seeing any troops moving. Most of their units are on the Texan border. And there's the peace deal, there's the peace. So no, that was just land being swapped one way or the other. I don't know how or where, though. And America at the moment capped out on military points. They are currently wasting some. They have 4 colonists. Wow.
Yeah, they have gone Explo and Expansion as their first idea groups. They went pretty heavily into that. They've taken the entire eastern seaboard, so...
I mean, if you're the first to arrive in North America, you usually want to try and grab as much as you possibly can, especially if you've been exiled to North America. Then you definitely want to try to grab that as much as you can. And also, Livonia has changed.
Oh, okay.
Something is a bit different about them now.
Oh, they formed Scandinavia!
They have. Now, do they still have the militarism? Yes, they do. So they've kept the government. They now have the Scandinavian to their Scandinavian ideas. They do. Interesting. So Scandinavian ideas gives them discipline, goods produced, national manpower, construction cost, global possible number of buildings. Not seen that modifier before. Admin efficiency, possible policies, trade efficiency, ship durability, morale of navies plus 20, cavalry cost, cavalry fire, infantry combat ability plus 20, which I think is up from the 15 that Livonia had, and then absolutism, and also max absolutism, with a capstone of national manpower plus 20. So that is, I would say, an upgrade, especially if they do keep the military thing. So they now have 130 discipline. That hasn't changed.
No, that's just that's the militarization. But honestly, I think that they were gunning for Scandinavia this whole time, and so I'm very happy for them that they were able to make it. The Norse nations are really making me happy. And if we take another little
they do have
peek
Scandinavian missions too.
at Castorland, it appears we've changed our government type.
Oh. What are we? We are the Pirate Republic.
And if you take just a look at our ruler,
Queen JibblyJam.
Pirate Queen JibblyJam.
Nice.
I need a pirate hat now. Very exciting.
There's a hat down there. Where's it gone?
Oh, do we have a pirate hat?
We got the colonial hat. I don't think we got the fancy hat.
All right, we'll see if it can sit on the headphones. So
I mean, it was
curious,
the hat
it's
that
not going to work.
Gotland were wearing before. Yeah, I've
It's not
tried
gonna work.
so many times and it just
That's
falls
all right.
off. That's why it's sitting down there.
Oh, somebody put a heart in chat.
We
I
know,
assume that's
so we know. No, we're not Orthodox.
very good.
Oh yeah, Heiress Florry is gone because
Oh no,
no heiresses anymore.
yeah. Uh-oh. Well, you know what? Better to be a pirate and get a new heir. They'll just keep voting me in.
So what kind of stuff can Scandinavia do? I don't know whether I should check this because I've got a Norway game going and I'd really quite like to form Scandinavia at some point. How much do I want to spoil? Yeah.
Spoiler alert. Oh.
Let's see what they can get as opposed to what they require. Do they get any other military stuff? In fact, chat, you probably know this better than I do. What other military things can they get from their missions?
Who's Scandinavia?
Scandinavia will gain 25 power projection. This power projection is permanent.
That is a lot of permanent. That's a triple P, PPP, permanent power projection.
Maximum absolutism plus 20 permanent. Okay, they have some pretty good stuff here. Permanent? Yep, until the end of the game, goods produced in Denmark. They can get manpower, Kronberg renovation. Okay, there's some pretty cool stuff here.
Doing your research, I see.
Yep.
At the moment, I think everyone is kind of gearing up for the next Great World War. I am seeing, Poland's been released.
Trade company investment minus 20%.
Uh-oh.
That's another modifier I've never seen. Nice, they added some cool stuff with Lions of the North.
Oh, dear. A Polish vassal in the heart of Scilly.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. That is a spooky one.
They are a vassal of Westphalia. I wonder if Tinto's going to go back to Poland, rising from the grave.
Now, what I am trying to look at is Russian troop movement. They've been very aggressive lately, and right now they're all just...
Oh, interesting. The Scandinavian missions change depending on who forms it. Cool.
Very cool.
Shout out to Team Tinto for being amazing.
Yep.
I'd agree with that.
And Lions of the North 4 being my favorite 134 update to date.
I liked Rule Britannia, but I think Lions of the North has knocked that off its perch. In fact, my favorite DLC was probably Cradle of Civilization.
Okay, fair. I started playing right before Emperor dropped, so I'm relatively newer.
Yeah, I like the new government reforms that they gave to the Mamelukes because it really changed how some governments could work, and also professionalism and drilling. I actually quite like those mechanics. I think they're smart.
Now, the Desmond, I just noticed that they are colonizing not just in South America, but also in North America. Okay.
Where are they now?
They are in, like, North Canada.
Oh, Nova Hibernia.
Yeah.
I thought that was one of the natives, but no, you're right.
No.
Desmond being sneaky. Desmond being Sunni. That's how they are being allowed to do that. Because I think generally if you accept the Sunni faith, then you're okay.
Yep.
In North America.
And let's...
Oh yeah, did we rename the province? Yep, Miley
Yeah,
Cyrus.
Miley Cyprus!
did they take maritime? I don't know if they changed out admin. Let's take a look. Humanist, naval, maritime, innovative. So
Excellent.
yes.
That's
Quite a few ideas were blipped over, but we started on naval. Maritime's going. So Florry making the opening moves.
who is he currently pirating?
That's actually a really good question. Nobody, because he's got no navy.
Oh, okay. Well, he'll get there.
That is a bold move.
Yep.
Declaring yourself a pirate with no fleet.
Oh, man. So, what do you think the next world war will be fought over? Do we have any thoughts on some potential border, some contested territory, anything like that?
Good question. So I'm just clicking through to see if I can find that. I want to see if they have any claims yet. No claims. Where do I think the first conflict is going to be? I think Maywar and Orissa are allied, and I can't really see that one breaking apart. Possibly trying to kick Japan out of China.
Could be.
Although I don't think that would necessarily drag in very many others. I could potentially see somebody going after the Mamluks. Just because they've not really been showing it so far, and there's a lot of good stuff down there in Egypt.
Yeah, they are allied to Serbia, Desmond, Texas, and Andalusia. However, I don't know how committed...
Brazil versus Jerusalem.
Uh-oh.
That, I kind of feel, might be exchanging territories, because there's still a lot of ground between the two of them.
Could be. I do see
Troops are moving.
animist zealots. I know that Jerusalem was trying to convert, so I think they won't be too happy if their rebels get killed in this altercation.
Yeah, especially because Brazil also has the Norse rebels going. I'm not seeing troop movement. No, there's no troops moving. This is just a
Friendly exchange.
friendly exchange, exactly.
Yeah.
I
That's
don't
what
know
it
how
looks like.
long term these two will be friendly. I have a feeling that there are already a couple of tensions brewing there, based on discussions I had with Jerusalem last night at after dinner. No, I think it was after the streams. And yeah, but in terms of other wars, Westphalia silly, maybe. Serbia the Pope again, maybe. Scandinavia Russia, maybe.
Switzerland is has shrunk. They seem to be in a bit of a scary little situation. Currently have no alliances.
Where do you think the first, or the Second World War is going to break out?
I don't know. I think you know, maybe Southeast Asia. After we saw that very long, drawn-out Orissa Malaya war, it seems like the whole world kind of got involved. I do know Kingdom of God did release Ferrara, which is now a March of Serbia. I'm not sure what their plan is, if they're going to attempt to retake that or if somebody else is going to attempt to retake that. So I'm not exactly sure. But I know Silly just got launched into, so hopefully, I assume with a Polish vassal, you know, they're obviously aiming to feed that land back to them.
And Sicily has some pretty beefy allies. They've got the Kingdom of God, Serbia, Romania, and Andalusia.
Russia is not in the PU with Great Britain. That was what that war was fought over.
And also Russia's alliances are now interesting. Russia is actually allied to Persia. Like historically, Russia and Persia have been fighting a lot. But Russia is now allied with them and also with Scandinavia. So one of my considerations would be Scandinavia versus Russia. I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to be the Russia bloc versus the British bloc.
Yeah, I could see that as well. And who are Britain's allies at the moment?
Westphalia. Maybe Scandinavia going for Westphalia.
Interesting.
Or maybe just generally the Scandinavian crew trying to topple Westphalia from their crown and Britain from their crown. Although it was said that when Britain came here for his interview, he would have to give up the crown if they lost Russia. They have now lost Russia.
Oh,
so
no.
who has the imperial crown?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I do not know. Britain is no longer allied to Scandinavia. Yes, that is interesting.
Yes, it is. Because those two have been friends for a long time. They still have the royal marriage, but that's it. The other conflict I could see happening would be the North American states against Gotland again.
Yes.
Because that is definitely an area of tension. I know that Gotland was a little bit bitter about the outcome of that fight. So they may well be trying to get some revenge, but it really depends on what kind of allies Gotland can muster to fight them on the ground. So at the moment, it's Brazil. Actually, they're allied to Britain still.
Yeah. Militarily, I think Gotland is in between a rock and a hard place as far as actual military goes.
Yep, I would agree. I mean, going for Mexico, very, very lucrative, but there's also a massive vulnerability in their defenses now because they're a boat nation. Their boats are good.
Yeah.
Mexico doesn't. Oh, I mean, it has a big coast. But
Blue Flames, Westphalia.
Oh.
Oh.
Westphalia, Scandinavia.
Oh, boy.
France has been called in by Scandinavia.
All right.
So that's Westphalia being hit on 2 fronts now. Do we actually have any movement of troops?
Oh, yeah, there's a battle going on right
okay,
now.
yes, there is. Heck yeah, let's go for that. So seems like Westphalia taken a little bit by surprise. 85,000 against 110 Westphalian troops. Filtering in very quickly. We do have Scandinavians in reserve. 130 discipline against 131. 5.9 morale against 6.2. Scandinavia's morale has actually gone down a bit. They did have 8 at some point, I believe. But at the moment, this fight's still pretty close, although Scandinavia, as always, massively outnumbered and still kicking ass, although they're taking a lot of casualties right now. And Scandinavia, no cannon in the back line. Oof. That's a problem.
And Westphalian reinforcements standing at the ready. I'm going to think. Westphalia is in their...
I don't think that Scandinavia are going to win this one. They just don't have the rear echelons. And this is actually something that we've seen occurring quite frequently. The cannon in the back line retreating because they now suffer morale damage, which they didn't used to, and then just not being reinforced. And it is costing Scandinavia at the moment because they're definitely taking more casualties than they should be because their front lines aren't being protected by the back. And we are now in the age of gunpowder. Like, we have got chambered demi-cannon, possibly even further now. In fact, we're in swivel guns, so yeah, we're definitely in the age of fire.
And let's see if France is actually moving. No, it appears as though France is... This is just yet another one of those... Oh, wait, no. Maybe they are.
At the moment, France is just hanging... They're even just drilling. Are they drilling?
No, they just increased their army maintenance.
They're starting to drill. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Drill. They're all drilling. Alliance offer from Russia. Scandinavia just allied Russia.
Uh-oh. Will Russia be joining this?
Wait, did they? I can see all of Russia, which would suggest they're allied, but they're not blue. Right, because they're not in the battle.
Yes, correct.
So yes, we may well see Russia. And then Russia joins, and I reckon Britain will join Westphalia.
Yeah. I'm curious to see what will happen if Romania or Serbia decide to hop in.
I suspect Romania and Serbia will wait until the Kingdom of God gets involved.
Yeah.
Romania might jump in, but Serbia I don't think will until then. They tend to be pretty reserved until they're not.
And Scandinavia hanging back, recovering morale, and it's looking like Westphalia is just going very offensive, sieging down.
Yeah, these forts have not been upgraded. Oh, these are all level 2 forts. Oh dear. Those are very obsolete at this point. Are we at level 2 forts or are we at level 3 at this point? Level 2, what was it, 4 or 6?
We're at 6.
We're at 6. Okay, those forts are woefully out of date. It's almost like several hours have passed since I was last streaming when I was still just about level 2 forts. So, you know. They are recruiting a bunch more cannon.
Yep.
They've recognized where the weakness lay. And they've tried to rectify it. Flatlands, level 2 forts. Yep. This is as revenge for the destruction of the Golden League. Yeah, Westphalia was indeed the only surviving member of the Golden League.
Very true.
Yep.
Back when Germany was very, very crowded, there was a lot going on. And
I'm not sure I would have called Westphalia as the victor of Germany from all of that.
No?
No. I was kind of expecting it to be someone like Pomerania.
Oh, you mean before? Right. Okay. I thought you meant like now. I was like, well, they're the only remaining nation.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, they're the only remaining one, and I did not expect that at all because they were part of the losing league. They just kind of managed to stick out somehow. Then they went and pissed off the emperor, basically declaring themselves as the new emperor, having the whole coup. I was expecting some ramifications from that, which never occurred, but I think that was because of Britain. Yeah, they've had a bit of a roller coaster. And I've got to say, Westphalia have played this game really well.
Very, very diplomatic as well. Currently, HRE still exists, and Scandinavia is the emperor, and Switzerland is the only elector. So, I would have thought that we would have dismantled, but
They are the emperor. Are they getting anything from that? Spy network creation, prestige, possible advisor, leader without upkeep, diplo relations, and a whopping +1 land force limit and 1,000 manpower, because there are 2 princes. Them in Switzerland.
oh yes. All right. Well, all the reason to keep it. It's looking
good to be the emperor.
Yeah, it's looking like Scandinavia right now. Obviously, naval supremacy over the landlocked Westphalia, but from a siege standpoint, Westphalia came in very strong. They're probably going to. They've already gotten 1 fort, 2 fort, 3 forts.
But I think that Scandinavia is doing something pretty smart at the moment, because Westphalia has split off 70k troops to go and siege in Denmark.
Mm-hmm.
That's 70k troops they're not going to have on the eastern front.
That's true, but depending on how quickly they can.
I mean, with force march now being a thing, it's not going to be slow. Russia, meanwhile, building up even more troops. France still just hanging back and drilling. Let's actually just take a quick look at France. I want to see how much professionalism they've built up. 86, yeah, France has not been in many wars. So France has a lot of stuff in the tank. And there we go, Russia. Your faithful ally is requesting that you come to the raid in the Manchurian request of
Oh, here it is.
Chagatai, Japan, Korea, and Nepal.
Yep.
And they have joined.
And it looks like Persia not intervening. They have accepted the call, but they are just chilling.
So far, yes. That's a fair number of Serbians down here by the Mamelukes.
Yes.
And it looks like they've just raised their morale as well. So is Serbia in this fight? Russia, Persia, Scandinavia, Serbia. That 671,000 infantry against 199, 75,000 cavalry against 79,000, 334,000 cannons against 119. I feel like the Far Eastern bloc are a little bit outgunned at the moment.
Depending on how long it takes for Russia to hike across, I don't know where their troops are.
I don't know if they
right
necessarily
now.
will want to hike their entire army across. Although, no, they're on the move.
Oh, yes, they are.
They
okay.
are ready to make that maneuver.
Well, it does by a little. Oh, they have some troops already pretty close. Manchu is trying to go in strong, but will they actually be able to take any land that is of any value before Russia gets there?
I have my doubts. And once Russia arrives, I can't see these guys holding out for long. Like, I'm not really expecting, like, Persia and Serbia to make the march over there. I think that is going to be the Russia show.
Yeah.
But I also suspect that Russia's going to be able to. And I'm, like, looking at the map thinking, who else could threaten Russia at the moment? But Russia's actually allied with, like, all of their neighbors.
We can also take a peek back at the Scandinavia War. It is looking like they are just sort of maneuvering themselves, going down.
Oh, we have
battle.
that battle,
Yep.
battle going on. Yep.
Battle.
In Kalisz, we've got 130 discipline against 131, 6.2 morale against 6.1. So these are very even. So somebody in chat was saying this is probably just a 1v1. I would agree with you. I think this does look like a 1v1.
It does look like France is honoring that. Uh-oh. What's going on here?
We have another battle going in Tukola as well.
Oh.
Scandinavia sent back in Kalitz. How is Tukola going to go? Both sides sending in more and more troops. Chelmno looking lower morale. Westphalia moving to attack them, but they'd spotted it in time. 140,000 against 101. Scandinavia's just not getting the bulk of forces in the right place at the right time.
Yeah,
they're having a bit of a coordination issue.
It's unfortunate. They do have quite a bit of manpower, quite a bit of professionalism. I will go check out Westphalia. Same deal, but
And again, Scandinavia, no cannon in the back line. This is a recurring problem that they are dealing with. Okay, they got a couple of cannon in that reinforcement stack, which I think was the group that were fighting in the southern Kalitz. But yeah, Scandinavia are about to be sent packing once again.
Yep.
Just that they're not getting the coordination in.
Wonder if they're rethinking their 1v1 situation.
Quite possibly.
Switzerland has mothballed their border fort with France. I don't know if that's necessarily a safe idea for them.
Well, they've got their alliance with Yemen to keep them alive.
Okay, that's...
Oh, Scandinavia just got military reforms. That means they will have just gained 20% morale. And discipline, right? No, just morale.
Yep.
So they're up to 7.1. So that is going to help them significantly against Westphalia with the sudden morale buff.
There was just a Manchu victory against some Russian troops.
Russia's arrived already?
They had just 2 small stacks over here, and I think that they tried to send them in, and it looks like they are currently retreating. The bulk of their forces are... It's such a large country. My goodness.
I mean, the bulk of the forces are only 5 provinces away, so they're not that far off.
Okay.
But it does look like the fort near Irkutsk is about to fall. That does kind of control access to the rest of Siberia.
Yep.
35%. I don't think the Russians are close enough. If they force march to the last province, in fact, they're only 1 province away in Cyan.
Oh.
They might make it, and they've got a lot of reinforcements nearby who would be able to reinforce. And Chagatai, being mostly cavalry-based, is going to be mostly shock-based, and shock doesn't cut it anymore.
Yeah, if they can take that fort before...
Realised that was an unintended pun.
That...
Shock cutting it.
That, I see what you did there.
I belatedly saw what I did there.
Wasn't even intentional.
No, it really wasn't.
Looking like there is a massive front moving into Scandinavia, building more troops. Let's see
Infantry mostly still.
Yep.
So let's actually just take a quick look at the forces that Scandinavia have. The best way to do that is through here. They've got 209,000 infantry and 66,000 artillery versus Westphalia with their 273,000 infantry and 136,000 cannon. So Scandinavia's, they do not have enough artillery at all. They need more. Oh, and then we've got Chagatai, Russia. 105 discipline against Russia's 120. Only 4.9 morale against 6.3. And Chagatai were sent packing.
And
Irkutsk
another battle.
held.
Yeah, and another battle up there. It looks like they were just not able to get the reinforcements in. Oh no, and now they've already sent another stack in. That's
Korea
not
is
good.
trying to get in on time. Russia does look like they're going to be sent packing. They are indeed. Then we've got another fight going on here. Chagatai does manage to escape, I think. Or was that a stack wipe? No, that was a stack wipe. Yeah, they lost one of their stacks.
Sorry, I'm currently watching the Scandinavia Westphalia
thing. So I've been kind of crossing between the two.
Yeah, we're trying to do both, chat. We're trying to do both.
Because we do have another fight coming up in Ortelsburg. If you want to talk about that, I'll keep an eye on the Russians.
Alrighty, yes, we are currently seeing. Oh, here we go. Looks like Scandinavia has gotten themselves a bit better of a back line. They've got reinforcements here. Westphalia, ooh, all right. They've got a big stack coming in. I honestly think Westphalia is going to hold.
They do still have 100k more Scandinavians in Memel, and then more in Samajita behind.
But Scandinavia with that 1 point of morale and the 1% discipline. Westphalia, of course, taking a -1.
I wonder if either side, actually that's another thing we should compare. So Scandinavia in terms of combat ability, plus 45 infantry, plus 10 cavalry, plus 10 artillery versus Westphalia, who have plus 25 infantry, plus 10 cavalry, plus 20 artillery. So in terms of troop quality, Scandinavia is definitely ahead. They're only by about 10% total. Their infantry being slightly better, whereas Westphalia have very slightly better artillery.
Yeah, but it's looking like, is that... Oh!
Scandinavia won. And then Westphalia just came in too late. They've got another stack coming in. There's 50k they're going to die. This is big. 50k
they were like
losses.
2 days too late. Uh-oh, Westphalia.
They're going to escape? Yeah, they can escape. They're no longer locked. They did.
Alrighty.
Oh, they got lucky. That second stack coming in, it was risky as hell, but they may have actually just saved them. Some pretender threatened Castorland? What?
We're safe. Pirate Queen JibblyJam is doing all right.
She's still there. We're good. We're good.
Ah, thank gosh.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Pirate Queen JibblyJam. That's why she wanted the pirate hat.
Yep. Unfortunately, it looks like the Manchu War, Russia's going down into Chagatai. It is battle happening in Kurensk.
Let's go and have a look. Yep, battle about to happen.
Oh, nope, canceled
no,
movement.
cancelled.
Oh, canceled. Oh,
Never mind.
Yeah.
False alarm.
oh,
So one thing
Japan.
I wanted to take a look at is Scandinavia with their 57% professionalism with 30k manpower more, no 40k manpower more against 73% professionalism. So Westphalia, actually no, honestly the manpower is basically even between those two. It's a very, very evenly matched conflict.
Yeah, Japan going into a battle right now, not at full morale. Hopefully that month tick will give it to them. We'll see. It does take a long time to move in this part of the world, of course.
They're
but
due to arrive on the 7th of September, so yes, they will have 2 month ticks, in fact, because it takes that long. However, that does mean that they're going to have 45k against 67k. They don't have a general. Oh, wait, yes, they do. Just not a very good one. Against the 3-star Russian 4542. Japan's generals are garbage for this era. But they are throwing in more and more troops. They're kind of having to guess what kind of delay they need, just because the movement takes so long.
it does make it difficult to judge.
This is a war of an entirely different type. So Japan on -1, 6.3 morale versus 6.4, 126 discipline against 120. So the Japanese are better soldiers. And Russia already has artillery in the front row. This was an artillery stack.
Oh.
Russia got absolutely obliterated.
Ooh.
That was actually well played by Japan,
Oh, but they're
although they
coming
may be
in up
played in
here.
Kurensk. Yeah. This is not an artillery stack. This is, well, actually, no, this is still unbalanced. 33k artillery versus 17k infantry. These Russian stacks are not very well built.
Now, they did get declared on, so they could have been taken a little bit by surprise, but at this point, you would think that they would have sort of...
So Kurensk, they managed to win, but I think they're about to lose the fight. Irkutsk, although, no, Japan managed to hold. Japan coming in with a
zeros. Look at these double zeros, double threes.
blazing number of victories. I think they just got 3 out of 4 battles that were just a victory, and then another phase of reinforcements. Are they going to be able to hold? The Japanese still trickling in artillery, whereas Russia here, all of their guns have already been sent packing. But I just don't think the Japanese have enough morale to hold out here, ultimately. And it looks like the reinforcements from Kurensk managed to arrive. Here we go, here come the Koreans. And these are all fresh troops, so now it's Russia's turn to start buckling. But that front line is starting to falter. Both of them are going. Troops are retreating wholesale. This is coming right down to the wire.
Close.
This is just artillery. I think this is, yes, the Asian coalition did manage to hold out against the Russians. You just heard of, outside in the halls. So I think that one was felt.
We are also seeing an African Thunderdome at this point. It looks like Zimbabwe at war with the Mams, Zimbabwe at war with Somalia.
Yeah, Somalia has been holding, have been friendly with the Mamluks throughout. Zimbabwe have kind of been the odd wheel, never really getting involved with any of the others. I think that this war against Somalia has been brewing for a while, and I've been thoroughly unimpressed by the Mamluks so far this campaign. So they are not the best ally, and Somalia is more of a trading, raiding nation. I'm not sure how good their land troops are.
Curious to see if Desmond picks a side, Desmond owning the Ivory Coast.
Desmond could be the kingmaker.
Yeah.
Mighty Desmond.
Mighty Desmond.
This could be their opportunity to go after the Mamluks and expand their reach on the coastline.
Take a little bit of the coastline, or maybe some of those sweet gold provinces.
There's quite a lot of gold nearby.
And going back to the Westphalia, Scandinavia, we've got some big battles happening here. It is looking like Scandinavia still has reinforcements. Westphalia might be too far away to bring the rest of their troops in.
Certainly looks like that. They do outnumber the Scandinavians 2-1 in that battle at the moment, but all of the excess troops will be suffering morale damage. Not a huge amount, but they will be suffering some as the battle goes on, and Scandinavia has those troops. Scandinavia also seems to have solved their cannon problem and are actually bringing in enough to maintain cohesion in the back. We now have artillery in the front row. The center of Scandinavia is buckling, but it doesn't matter because the entire
they didn't
army is
make it in
buckling.
time. Oh, okay.
And Westphalia sent back in the opposite direction. This is very, very balanced war, actually. The front line shifting east to west continually.
And popping back into Russia here, it looks like they...
We have some British light ships sailing along the coast of Scandinavia.
Oh, but they are not in this, correct? No.
No, I think that was actually a trade fleet. They were just going a little further into the Baltic than I expected.
And the United States have joined against...
So Somalia's forces going deep into Zimbabwe. Where are they going? Are they trying to save the Mamluk in Congo? Is that what this war is over? The Mamluki and Somali War of Honor shows superiority.
All right, well, I am curious to see.
Oh, these are separate wars. Somalia, Zimbabwe, and then also Mamluks, Somalia. Wait, Mamluks declared on Somalia?
They declared against both. Attacker against Zimbabwe and attacker against Somalia.
So they broke their alliance.
They decided they woke up and wanted to choose violence after the rehost, I guess. They
Apparently
decided
so.
that was
So maybe they have designated the Congo as the fighting zone. That is the arena. That is the Thunderdome.
Is that really what's going on? That
It
is actually
looks that way, doesn't
It does look like it,
It
yeah.
absolutely does. 3 Africans enter, 1 leaves.
Well,
It's going to win.
May
There might be some jostling for position.
yeah.
Somalia trying to get the initiative up here in the north. I guess if all of your armies get kicked out of the Thunderdome, then you're out.
I don't know. Is this like sumo rules? Like
Is this going to be that organized?
The Rumble in the Jungle. That's a good name for it. Currently seeing Westphalia looks like they're trying to come back, but I don't know if they're going to try to stand and fight on these flatlands.
Just checking to see if Scandinavia is doing any work to upgrade their forts. Nope, there's just a bunch of missionaries working.
Oh, Russia has just beaten Chagatai.
Yeah, but the Asian coalition is digging quite deeply into Russia. They've now made it all the way over to West Tunguska, which I'm sure everybody knows where that is. You know, just if you need a little bit more orientation, then that is just south of Ukamenensky.
Oh.
So I hope that is of use to you.
Going back. Oh, Rumble in the Jungle is happening here. I wonder if they're going to do 3-way battles or if they're going to sit and politely wait.
Well, I think you can only have 2 going on at once. So there will be some polite waiting. It does look like Zimbabwe is going to lose here against Somalia. Somalia with just 3 times more troops, with more coming in. And there we go. Zimbabwe have been sent packing. Mamelukes now rushing in.
Yep.
84k against the 92. And the battle is then joined. So 115% discipline for the Mamluks, 120 for Somalia, 5.3 morale versus 5.5. So I would say that the quality is definitely on the Somali side, which does surprise me a bit. Like, Mamluks are supposed to be a military nation. Military/admin.
Curious to see. They have more troops moving. Currently does not seem to be
So
building
30.
anymore.
Okay, coming in. Mamelukes do have additional soldiers nearby, but it doesn't look like they're going to bring them in. This is going to be a Somalia victory. Oh no, they are on the march. They are
on the
locked.
march.
Are they going to arrive on time? All the cannons in the front? I don't think they will.
Oof.
Nope.
No. Oh, and they're locked. That is painful.
Yeah, and I saw the model shifting as they tried to pull them away.
Oh no.
But of course, that did not work. And Somalia reigns supreme as the king of the hill so far. 103,000 against 31,000. Is it going to be a stack wipe? I don't think so. But it is definitely going to do a lot of damage, especially because the Mamluks do now have cannons in the front row. And they are now going to take a lot of damage.
Ooh.
Off they go. Somalia reigning supreme so far. And the Mamluks actually with new unit types. They just haven't changed.
Oh. Probably too afraid that they'll get wiped when they have 0 morale. Westphalia moving to the east, but Scandinavia just sitting on their woods forts. Okay.
Yeah, they've realized that Ortelsburg and Memel is a vital choke point. They're just like, come at me, bro. Come at me.
Do it.
Do it.
And
What's happening in Russia?
yeah, France still not doing anything. I do respect the healthy 1v1.
Yeah, there are quite a few of them. I don't remember there being this many 1v1s last year, which is my only frame of reference.
And Russia is now going in on the Japanese siege.
Meanwhile, we've got the Westphalians trying again against Scandinavia and Ortelsburg. This doesn't have the river, so there's no chance of a river crossing. 131 discipline against 131. Scandinavia still with a whopping 7.4 morale against the 6.2. Lots of forces on both sides. Scandinavia starting to force march to reinforce. How's Russia doing?
Russia is currently winning, but it does look like there are Japanese troops on the way. I do not know if they will make it in time. No, they did not, but they are locked. So that is going to be a brutal... Let's see, another 33k Koreans coming in.
Meanwhile, Westphalia now with 260,000 against the 129,000 Scandinavians. Scandinavians leaving the reinforcements right up until the end. But Scandinavia is definitely showing their capabilities at timing these reinforcement waves because they are not leaving many troops in reserve at all. They're really like going right up to the wire, then the reinforcements arrive, which means that they suffer the least possible morale damage to the reserves. So they get the absolute most out of their troops. They're only fighting and therefore only taking damage when they're actually in the front line. And there we go. Scandinavia wins again, even though they're outnumbered, as chat has just said. 190 versus 326 and 191.
We are seeing in the Asian coalition here a lot of issues reinforcing with the timing and locked movement going in on 230k Russians. I have seen probably 4 or 5 of these reinforcement stacks being beaten, and unfortunately it just looks like they didn't get their coordination.
I mean, we've seen it takes 2 months to move between provinces. So kind of estimating when you're going to need these reinforcements to arrive, that's going to be difficult. And then we're also talking about 3 different players coordinating against 1.
Yes. And it is very difficult depending on which stations the players are sitting at. They might not be in the same room able to actually communicate with one another. So they might have to be running back and forth.
Yeah, basically going, we're going to attack in 32 seconds.
Also, furthermore, dinner was served, so half the team's members are currently eating dinner as well to try to take the time. So I've got a feeling that they might not even be fully teams of 3 at the moment.
Oh, that's probably what it is.
Meanwhile, in the Thunderdome, we've got Somalia roaming around the Congolese stacks. We do have Zimbabwe nearby, and in fact, one thing I did want to take a look at is manpower. So Zimbabwe is already tapped. They've got some professionalism they can tap into, 29%. Somalia with 64,000 manpower and 43% professionalism, and then the Mamelukes with 34,000 and only 10% professionalism. So it looks like Somalia really is the strongest military power in Africa at the moment, which is amazing because I really don't consider them a military power. They're a trading, raiding pirate nation.
Pirates. A lot of pirates going on in this lobby.
I mean, pirates are cool.
I know, pirates are cool, says the pirate queen.
Exactly. I'm sensing a little bias here, Jibbly.
Oh, no, I'm impartial.
And if we are just going to take a look at what our glorious queen is up to, we are building some galleons, so we've got some boats.
Feels good.
We have a navy. We're losing just, a little bit of money every month.
That's all right. Money's just a number.
Ducats. What's that? Oh, advisors. Oh, yeah, we have some really high-level advisors. I'm guessing because we're pirates, we're paying for that by just raiding everything.
Yeah. I assume trying to catch up on...
trying to get all the ideas. Wow, we're actually blitzing through the ideas. Humanist is almost done. Naval is half done. Maritime is a third done. Innovative we haven't started yet, but that's probably because we're trying to finish off the humanist.
Yeah. That is fantastic. Florry just bombing through all of our idea sets. Good.
You are doing well, Florry. You may keep your job for now.
Until it is your time to cast, and then I believe French Paradox is taking over Castorland for us. So we will see. Now, are we at a standstill in Scandinavia, Westphalia?
Wait,
yeah?
the province above Miley Cyprus is Hannah Montana.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Hannah
it is.
Montana. The memes are so good.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, yes, that's fantastic.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh boy, Kingdom of God's loans. Sure, we can take a peek at that. They only have 8 loans, 5 of them burger loans, 3 of them are actual bank loans. They are currently, let's see, how much debt?
Is there a way of seeing who's in the most debt? Best way would be the score comparison, and the admin rating is probably the people with the lowest admin rating. Because loans generally count against that, or is it Diplo? Where's Britain? I can see from Britain. It's admin.
Oh. Actually, let me go back.
Chagatai. I have a feeling Chagatai have a few. Yeah, Chagatai are going to have the most.
Popping over to Kingdom of God.
And Silly also has quite a few. I can't tell you the exact numbers right now. I'm just looking to see who has the most score malices to get an idea of who has the most. So Silly and Chagatai seem to be the ones. So Chagatai was first. They are being invaded by Russia at the moment. They're currently sitting at just 25 loans. Casual.
Just casual, you know.
Fine.
Oh, big battle going on in Scandinavia right now. 340k Westphalians against 150 Scandinavians.
This looks like it's Westphalia.
Oh, it's very close.
Yeah, it's a Westphalia.
Well, they did try.
So I did want to just say with the loans, Chagatai have 25 loans, but they're under attack. They're in a war. That's fine. Silly have 20, and they're not at war. And haven't been for a little while.
Silly has been having some issues. I'm going back to, Kingdom of God. I was incorrect before. They actually have been lent 121 ducats by Brazil, and they have 12 loans out currently for a total of...
Yes, I did hear about this actually. Tinto were being quite amused. They kept on sending out loan offers to other countries and then having the interest super high, and they've actually been accepted.
Yeah, but will they be paid back is the question.
Doesn't matter. The interest keeps on paying every month.
But I am curious to see.
So like, yeah, we've lent out like 100 ducats total and made back 1,000 or something like that.
Oh, good for them. How is the economy in Brazil these days?
I think that's back when they were still Poland, but yeah.
Currently profiting 70 ducats a month. Alrighty.
Is this a proper land this time, or is it still virtual? No, this is a proper land. We're in the castle.
We are in the castle.
Oh, we got another battle in the African Thunderdome. It is Somalia versus the Mamelukes. Once again, will the Mamelukes be able to restore their diminished honor and military prowess? 60,000 Somalis against 35 Mamelukes at the moment. We do have 2 Mameluke stacks on the move. One of them keeps on cancelling, I think, so that they can see better when they should jump in. There's another 40k Mamelukes holding out after this, but we still have 35 Somalis. It does look like the Somalis will have to commit earlier, but the Mameluke front line has broken. Their reinforcements have now arrived. Cannons still being shot in the front, but they do have cannons in the reserve. But that is against a full combat width of Somalis, and they're just going to be doing so much damage. This Mameluke artillery moving to the front. It is close. It is awful close. The Somalis actually running out of morale. It looks like that second wave of Mamelukes are going to be enough to do this. And we have got a very, very cheeky Zimbabwe.
That's
just like,
what I was talking about with the triple wars. Also, there was just a very good Japanese victory against 200,000 Russians.
Somalia just got stack wiped, so the 3 are now 2.
Okay. How much is Pope paying in interest? I will tell you.
Scandinavia have peaced out, and it looks like they did lose a bunch of territories to Westphalia. If we just go over to the diplomat mode, we can see that they did indeed lose 2 provinces, Hamburg and And not Prussia, which is not actually caught by anyone. Wait, did Scandinavia have Berlin? Because they don't have a core there.
I don't believe so. Unless they were forced to revoke it.
Yeah, okay.
Is it papal interest? Sorry, 2322 ducats.
Is Westphalia forming Prussia?
Are they forming Germany?
That's what I was thinking, but I don't.
They have not Prussia. They don't have the Augustina provider, nor do they have Hammerscheiserberg or Lübeck.
Oh.
Cheeseberg.
There we go. Bit of a pause.
How is Russia doing?
I did just see a very large Russian defeat. They are now in retreat mode.
I have to say, I am actually quite impressed with how the Far
France
East
has gone in on Switzerland. Oof.
France.
And as far as that goes, Scandinavia has joined. I don't know if they will actually partake, and Yemen, same deal. I will go check on them right now.
So yeah, this is France versus Switzerland, Scandinavia, and Yemen. Yemen is Yemen a player?
Yes, Yemen is a player. They were formed by Hassa.
Ah, okay.
Yep.
Yep.
They are moving. Let's see if they're actually mobilizing for this war, because that was a very big Swiss defeat, and France, I think, is just going to take all of it.
I can't see them not. I think Switzerland's finally about to be put out of their misery.
Yeah, you know what? They had several rough wars there formed.
I think Westphalia just needs to call the provinces they took to form Germany. All right, let's we can go over to this, then just hover over the German nation and see if there are any outside of their land.
The province that the land castle is in is Opole. It starts out as a vassal of Bohemia.
Oh no, Hammerscheiserberg. Oh, that's Hamburg, isn't it?
Yep. Alrighty. And in
which case, yes, they can form Germany.
Yep. In regards to the Chagatai-Russia conflict, it does appear Chagatai is being sieged down. A large part of Russia is sieged down. I am looking for the troops.
That's a take, Northern Water. EU4 allies are meaningless.
Ah, well. That's what friends are for.
Depends who your allies are.
That's what friends are for.
It depends a lot on who your allies are.
Nice, Midge. Currently, MAMs are just hanging out in the Congo, waiting to see what's happening with Somalia. They seem to have backed off.
They've pieced out Zimbabwe, but they're still fighting Somalia. Somalia are exiled? Right, because they pieced out Zimbabwe because Zimbabwe lost the war. And Somalia's troops were stuck in Zimbabwe, so they're now having to go all the way back to Somalia.
Wow.
That's unfortunate, because even though they just lost that battle, I think they did have the momentum, because Mamluks are out of manpower.
MAMs are out of manpower. They are losing. Actually, they're only losing 11 ducats a month, but they, you know, realistically, they have been struggling in several of the wars that we've seen them. Oh, I didn't realize that Andalusia had the coastline here. I thought that was MAMs. Very similar color. Okay.
Yeah, that is very similar. Interesting.
The Yemen army does not seem to be joining the...
Oh, Norse Zealots getting very close to the conversion, 88.8%.
Oh, good for Brazil.
So we might be seeing Norse Brazil very, very soon. That is going to be a Norse Tinto. Adhering to their roots. Except Tinto is Spanish, not Swedish. Never mind. Although Brazil, they're not being very good with their monarch points. They're
we have a
wasting
big Japanese-Russian battle going on right now. Russia, they're taking it on two fronts. It appears like...
It is a mountain, though.
Yeah, but they have a lot of reinforcements happening, so we will see. That two-pronged attack is making it very difficult. It does look like Japan was ready to reinforce.
I think they're going to lose Altai, but they'll win Novosibirsk. Yeah, Altai they've just lost. They do have another 25k Manchu troops coming in.
Oof.
That are going to get butchered.
Yep.
But they did manage to win the Novosibirsk.
They did, which is interesting because Russia did have the additional 70k troops. They could have gone north, but I don't know. They might not have made it in time. Switzerland just hiding behind their forts, and their only ally, of course, being Yemen. So Switzerland hopefully is able to...
Oh, and Westphalia joined the war against West Switzerland too.
Oh, I see this. Yeah, for Ulm.
For Ulm.
For Ulm.
I mean, I get it. That's a tempting target. Did you see Serbia having part of North America?
Oh.
No, that's Desmond.
Yes, that is Desmond.
And Andalusia still not having integrated Leon, but they have now integrated Portugal. They are not integrating it yet. But we'll soon see Andalusia having a bit more of a consolidated hold in Venezuela.
And MAMs seem to be on the move. I don't know. Oh, they're heading into Somalia proper.
So the Thunderdome is expanding.
Yeah, they've taken it out of the Congo and into Somalia.
So what's happened is they've left the ring. They're now amongst the audience, fighting it, pulling up the chairs, hitting each other with those.
And Somalia has their border forts mothballed right now. I hope that they realize this, if that's actually going to be an incursion.
I kind of doubt it is. I think it's just the fact that Somalia had to retreat so far. The Mamluks kind of went, yeah, okay, we'll meet you over there. That's
okay,
fine.
Fair. I don't know how gentlemanly...
Although that is going to be an advantage for Somalia if they're in their own home territory, because they will be replenishing faster. Meanwhile, Chagatai, Russia still holding out on Altai. And the fort there, which does control a little bit of the northern approaches of Chagatai. We have the Chagatai forces moving eastwards, ready to attack into the Russians. The Russians seem to be backing off again. Gonna let the Asian coalition try to take the fort and force that fort, that mountain fort battle. Chagatai, maximum amount of loans, but they have 9 grand. They're fine.
Yeah, they took them all before they lost their land. It's easily siegeable.
Yep.
Unfortunately, it does look like this is probably the end for Switzerland. They are being eaten from both sides, hiding on their mountain fort, but 48k troops by themselves is not going to be enough for... Oh, and here comes Westphalia. Oof.
Midge, can you respond to Jarvin? Then we've got another battle. This is Switzerland fighting against Westphalia at the moment. 46,000 against 25,000. Westphalia doesn't seem to be moving in. They are taking a -3 at the moment on this battle.
They have the numbers, though.
40k against 17.
Ugh.
Oh, no, now they've brought them in. So a last-minute reinforcement there by the French, saving the Westphalian siege.
And we are going to have a visitor. Come on in. Here, have a seat.
Yes. You can squeeze in there.
Hello.
Hello. So, would you like to introduce yourself?
So, hi, I'm Jarvin, or Jarvin, and I'm the GM, or one of the GMs, one of the 3 GMs in this campaign.
So, how have you been finding things so far? Like any shenanigans in the background we should know about?
I mean, I'm not sure if I can tell you that much, but there are things going to be happening.
Oh.
So I hope you look forward to them. Yeah, it's a blast, and it's such a unique experience to be able to see everything from behind the scenes with no stakes in what's actually happening. And you get like a unique insight into how players think, and you'll see things before they actually happen in game, and yeah, it's a blast.
And I believe you also have another unique insight, perhaps provided by a certain Albanian general.
Oh yeah, some of you might also know a tool for EU4 called Scannerback, which happens to be my creation, and yeah. There is actually, we might be able to, or I hope we might be able to show you some stats from Scannerback from this campaign later on.
Oh yeah.
There is
please.
some insight I can share now, maybe.
Yeah, please.
For instance, so far, the players have clicked the dev button 10 times combined.
10 times?
10,000 times.
Oh,
Thank you.
10,000. Okay.
I was going to
okay.
say 10 times. Is that just Britain, or what's happening here? 10,000 dev
10,000 times, out of which Britain makes for about 10%.
Wow. Okay.
Impressive.
Very, very crazy. And you are also responsible for helping us achieve Castorland, are you not?
Oh, of course. It's a result of a long night. and Florry being a really good negotiator.
Yes.
He asked very nicely. He totally didn't give me anything in exchange.
Of course.
And I just couldn't refuse him, so
Yep.
here we go.
Oh, looking like Switzerland has just been.
Westphalia took their chunk, and now
Munched.
France are coming for their piece too.
Oh, wonderful. And so, of the rises and falls of all the different nations, what was your most shocking loss? Like of the nation that has fallen, which ones were the ones that you were kind of like, wow, I didn't really expect that?
I made several predictions before the campaign started, and all of them turned wrong. I was actually sad that Byzantium fell.
Yes.
I followed the team as they moved between nations, and I think it's sadly like they've died 3 times.
Who are they now?
I think they are Malacca.
Okay.
Yes.
And they lost the war recently, so they've had a rough campaign. And I was kind of cheering on for them, hoping that they could have a successful run somewhere.
Have they played all purple nations?
Well, Georgia is red.
Oh,
If
okay.
that
So is
falls
that
from
they,
there.
they went Biz to Georgia to okay.
To Akinlu to Malacca.
Okay, gotcha.
And they had some unfortunate accidents, so yeah.
Aw. And in
What happened to Brunei?
Okay, so
Oh.
the story is that Malacca and Brunei were friends, but they kind of knew that they were in a rough spot. So they decided to join forces. Brunei released a bunch of vassals, and then Malacca declared on Brunei, and they are technically playing together now as
Okay.
one team.
That's actually a pretty good way of merging the sides.
Yeah,
I
of
like
course. As a GM, do you have a lot of players, coming to you and asking, can they trade in favors with you, or is that only with the Emperor?
We've had okay.
that. Is it technically only with the Emperor or?
It's technically for the Emperor. However, we did some things
Okay.
along the way.
Can you share any of that?
If not, no
If
big
not,
deal.
no worry. Yeah,
Secrecy,
we can always
secrecy.
speak to you again after the.
Obviously, like a huge part of this campaign is the role of the Aachen and how Aachen influences the entire campaign. I'm actually not sure like how much of what Aachen was doing you guys even realized.
None.
Like Aachen, for instance, we gave Aachen a lot of money at the beginning. How much does it have currently?
I couldn't see that. They only have 496,000 left.
Yeah, so
It's just a few pennies here and there.
I saw they had like 1 million, right?
Yeah, that's one
yeah,
point.
as a fun fact, I think most of their expenses are actually advisors.
Oh.
Since Aachen obviously can only have the very best advisors,
Yes.
so they constantly kept up level 5 advisors even as they were losing like several hundred ducats a month.
Yep,
But
200.
so behind the scenes, Aachen was actually doing quite a bit in terms of trying to influence the campaign. So, for instance, when there was that big war against Livonia, I think it was beginning of the second day.
Yep.
Oh, the 6v1, yeah?
Yeah, the 6v1. Aachen, obviously, the Emperor in his wisdom realized the futility of such an unfair war, and he decided to try to support Livonia a little bit.
So what you're saying, it wasn't really 6v1, it was 6v1 plus the Emperor.
The Emperor's blessing. Yep.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay.
It goes along.
The Imperial favor was on Livonia's side.
And then as the Emperor's power started to wane and he moved down to New Zealand, was there anything that went with that? Or did you guys, because I saw Aachen had like 75 dev at one point.
I mean, yeah, but a lot of that was his court.
Ah, okay.
And the court obviously moves with
With
the
him,
Emperor.
right.
So I believed may have happened to remove a bit of development
Makes sense.
from
Yeah.
Aachen.
They moved it into South Aachen, which has 70 dev now.
Makes a lot of sense.
Another fun statistic I can give you, Aachen has spent an average of 160 mana per each dev click.
Wow.
Crikey. That's quite a lot.
Yeah, compare that to around 30-ish for nations like Great Britain.
Impressive.
Wow.
So can you share with us any of the secret tools you've been using?
Secret tools?
Or is it just save edits?
It's a combination. Yeah, it's mostly save edits.
Okay.
But also, I mean, we have some money on our disposal too. So, okay. So I should also address that. I am the person who dealt with most of the save edits, and even from the perspective of you guys on the stream, you might have noticed that we've had some troubles along the way, which is completely my fault. So yeah, we tried our best to like maintain some level of continuity and integrity in this campaign. So we do whatever we can to make things fun. I mean, that's the goal after all.
Yeah,
Like the campaign is meant to be fun.
Oh, of course. And I think that the players are having a lot of fun, even when their nations are falling and they're being relocated. It seems like you guys are giving them very fair, balanced nations to move to. I haven't heard anyone be upset about their placement. And how does that work when a nation falls and a player is allowed to, you know, relocate? Do you guys give them a list that they can choose from and say, here's your 3 options, or how does that work?
I mean, usually we have an idea of where we want the player to go. So for instance, the game starts, we have an idea that if someone dies, we want them to seat them somewhere around Middle East or Americas, because we don't want to put players too far away from the action.
Of course.
As a fun fact, nobody this campaign was willing to play in Americas, except for, I believe, the Tinto guys.
Yeah, they're currently
Which
in
is
Brazil.
fair, because obviously you would want to actually be able to participate in the action. So the closer to Europe is usually the most desired. And yeah, so we present this like a short list of nations to the player and basically ask them if they would be fine playing any of them. And yeah, and then we sort of try to reach an agreement on what they play and what kind of save edits we would do for them, which usually is mostly small stuff like changing the AI idea group picks, so that the country is actually playable and fun.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Anyway, we should probably get back to the commentary, but thanks very much, Jarvin.
There is stuff happening soon, so please be ready.
Oh, okay.
Like, actually quite soon.
Yes.
So I hope you have fun, and I hope you guys in the chat also have fun. And yeah, thanks for the amazing stream, and see you.
Thank you very much,
Yeah,
Jarvin,
and thank
for
you
all your
for
work
the
and for
amazing
work that
game.
Masters do. Jarvin, thanks very much. All right, and that was Jarvin, our man behind the machine for the hosts and the game masters, and also the mastermind behind Scanderbeg. And he's got some very, very big boots to fill, trying to fill in Scanderbeg, and I think he does an excellent job with it. And it is possible, I believe, to get the autosave version of Scanderbeg, which is available in the background, which is basically a completely updated version of everything that is happening right now. Am I wrong with that, Midge?
No, you are completely right. You can
And
get.
how would people access that?
I believe it's listed in the forum post. If not, it is a taggable thing on the PDX launcher right now for when you boot up EU4.
So if you load up EU4, you can see that one of the tiles in the launcher is the live version of Scanderbeg. And what that does is it takes the autosaves from this game and then uploads those automatically onto Scanderbeg so you can see in real time more or less, like 10-minute delay or so, what is happening in the world. So if you're wondering how many dev clicks Britain has done, you can find out for yourself. If you are wondering how many people have died, you can do that for yourself.
That's very exciting. I hear a lot of cheering going on. It sounds like that's got to be the Russia-Nepal Chagatai situation. Persia is involved now.
No, Somalia. Somalia just lost a fight against Mamluks.
Okay, that's what it is then.
I think, judging by the retreat flags.
Sounded like a very big cheer. Like
That was a really loud cheer.
Yeah, many, many people involved here. Okay.
So Somalia down to 7,000 manpower. Mamluks still tapped. Somalia with 29% professionalism. Mamluks with 0. So the Mamluks really are tapped.
Yep.
This is what they've got. Unless they bring in some mercenaries as well. And in fact, is there mercenaries on the screen? I know there is in the army overview. So if I stay with the Mamluks, then go to here, and then go to here, and then go to war enemies, we can see the Mamluks have got 78 mercenaries against Somalia's 0. So Somalia has a lot more stuff to give still.
Have you noticed the Alaskan colony?
No.
Please take a little peek.
Alas, K-pop.
Alas.
That is a Korean colony. They snuck that one under the radar.
Yes, they sure did. Alrighty.
It's like they're playing some side tricks on us.
Somalia seems to be not too concerned about this Mamluk war. Mams are...
Yeah. What was that? Germany. We have a Germany.
Oh!
It has happened.
They have taken everything that they needed. France gobbling the rest of Switzerland.
They kept the Westphalian ideas. I don't know if Germany has German ideas.
Let's take a peek.
Well, no, they've kept the Westphalian ones. I don't know if Germany has a set of ideas. Unless they haven't had the event yet, which is possible, because they only just did it. They do have missions. Yeah, Germany has missions. Okay, I've never seen this stuff.
Germany is strong. Going back now to the Russia-Asia conflict, it does appear like there's a battle going on right now in a mountain fort. We can see Russia's got 120, 200, 250 troops, but Chagatai, Korea, Japan.
It does look like the Far East Coalition is actually being pushed back because we're back on the line with Irkutsk.
Yep. And unfortunately, a lot of the land that they have taken is not super important.
No. No, it is not.
So.
However, Russia do look like they are about to lose this fight. We've got some more Japanese troops marching in. Russians are force marching, but again, the distances involved has sent them packing. So we do have another 90,000 Russians that are just slamming into this. We have a bunch of Japanese. There's 200 against 78. And Russia is still on their -2 because they're attacking into a
And if you look just a little bit to the east, they've got a stack. Oh, no, they've just sent them in. But it looks like they're going to try to take some of the Manchu.
Reinforcements, yeah. And in fact, Russia's sending in another 45k into Kovskol. They are determined to take that mountain fort. They are not locked in yet, but that could be quite close. Yep, they're locked. They just locked as the battle ended.
Oh, no.
So they're about to lose another 45,000 troops to the meat grinder. Thanks for that, Midge. That is the Far Eastern Coalition. Although I think that the 60k Russians did catch the reinforcements they were trying to get in. But there we go. 3 Russian armies defeated piecemeal by the Far East Coalition.
And as far as Russian manpower, are they tapped?
They've still kept the Westphalian ideas.
They're not doing hot. 5k manpower left. They have no professionalism, whereas a lot of these Asian nations are doing quite well in reserves.
Yeah, Russia having been involved in a number of wars previously, and the Far Eastern nations have been basically just given time to build up. The only exception to that, I would say, is Chagatai, that have been the target of Russia before. But Manchu, for example, has still got 41% professionalism, 50k, 60k manpower. Japan is actually more or less tapped. Korea, what's Korea doing? 14k, they've still got 43%. And then Chagatai is tapped. So 2 of the 4 are tapped, but 2 of them are still.
But Persia is also in this, and they seem to be coming into Nepal from the west, and it looks like there was a Persian victory as 65,000 Nepalese are in retreat, and they are currently sieging.
When did this war start?
That's a good question.
A year ago, 49. So we have got another player war, which is Persia versus Nepal. Nepal started a crusade.
Ah.
Wait, crusade?
Yeah.
I guess it's just a holy war. But how can you do a holy war? It's the age of absolutism. What kind of CB is this? I thought it was only the Catholics that could crusade.
They are.
Form German nation. Okay, so if we wanted to take a look at the German ideas, which they have chosen not to take, they could have plus 15% infantry combat ability, plus 1 devotion or legitimacy or republican tradition. They can have -2 national unrest, -10 tech cost, plus 5 discipline, plus 10 trade efficiency, plus 0.5 yearly army tradition, plus 5 admin efficiency, and then the capstone, plus 20% goods produced. Ooh, nice. And then the capstone is plus 1 diplomatic relation. So I think that Westphalia does have more military stuff. Just do a very quick comparison. They got plus 1 diplomat, plus 20% land force limit modifier. They've got -10 idea cost, -5 dev cost, state maintenance down, national manpower plus 20, max cultures, cost of advisors with ruler culture, national tax, tolerance of heretics and heathens, provincial trade power plus 15, and the capstone is the discipline.
And in regards to your question about Nepal, they've taken religious ideas, so you're forgetting about the CB.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Yep. Yes.
Yep. Wait. How much money are you losing? 323 ducats a month?
Wow.
Ouch! How many loans have you taken so far? You've already taken 11 loans in a war that's been going on for just about 2 years.
Ugh.
They are not going to maintain this level of spending for very long. I am wondering if they're kind of hoping maybe one of their Indian buddies would join, like Mayawar or the newly minted Deccan.
Oh!
They have, Orissa have now just formed Deccan.
Think they will be decking on someone? Nah, I tried. I don't know.
You tried. Well, Deccan are actually pretty good. Morale of armies plus 10. They've got promoticulture, admin policies for free, global trade, land force limit modifier 20, discipline plus 5, diplo relations, goods produced, and then capstone infantry combat ability. Deccan ideas are actually pretty decent.
There is also a Brazilian Papal War of Honor. Curious to see necessarily.
It is Brazil and Gotland against the Kingdom of God. The Brazilian Gotlandic nation of group, of course, have a bunch more ships, but what are they really expecting to gain from this? This is also a war of honor.
Oh, Switzerland has
That's what they are.
3 provinces left. Let me see if they are actually the players themselves still in. They appear to be.
Yeah, Switzerland is going down, swinging.
You know what? I respect that. After
too.
they've lost several of their wars, they've remained and they've just been being chomped away at. But you know what? Realistically, the fact that they're still here, good for them.
There's not really anywhere for them to move to, though.
True, true.
I mean, they could merge with one of the other teams, I guess. I'm sure that somebody would take them along because they have shown themselves to be a very tenacious bunch. Man, Britain has a huge army. Good grief.
Oh, we have another big battle going on right now between Persia and Nepal, but
Britain have more than 400,000 troops.
Persia has the numbers, has the better general, but Nepal,
It is a -2. It is a mountain battle. Nepal don't seem to have any reinforcements
yeah,
left.
it
They've
looks
already
like
lost
those,
one battle.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, that was the second part of a battle that they mistimed the reinforcement for. Wow, Persia has 400,000 manpower.
That going on.
Yeah,
And
unfortunately, I don't see this going well for Nepal. 33,000 manpower left in the bank. Their bank bleeding heavily. Persia with 4.8 thousand in the bank. They're still making money while they're fighting, and they have 404,000 manpower.
Yep.
Yeah, Nepal's going to have their task set out for them.
Oh, they've just pieced
There
out.
we go. There's the piece.
All right.
Changed. Nothing. I think that was a white piece. Meanwhile, the Russian war against the Far East Asians continues. Looks like both sides just maneuvering for position. Russia having retaken... Oh no, I was going to say they've retaken a bunch of stuff, but actually Irkutsk has fallen to Chagatai.
Russia seems to be spreading themselves a little thin right now.
They do, but I suspect that attrition out here is also going to be pretty bad because you're going to have to contend with the awful winters, although it is currently in the middle of summer. And just the distances, the sheer distances being covered. 2 months to cross from one province to another.
Let's see, are there any...
Who formed Great Britain? Holland. Holland, Netherlands into Great Britain. Meanwhile, another battle. We have got... Who is this? Manchu against Russia. Manchu doesn't look like they've got very much left. And if their allies don't arrive very soon...
It does not look like they're...
Oh,
they made it!
Last second, saved by the Japanese. And here come the Koreans as well, filling in the gun line in the back row. 102,000 against 85,000. Russia does have a bunch more troops coming in as well.
Does not look good for the Asian alliance.
No, the Russians are holding firm, and the distance and they just lost. So
and they're already locked. The reinforcements are locked.
Yep, there's going to be about 70,000 facing off. All 20k arriving, 40k, 50k.
Hard to time the movement over here.
Oh, and the Russians are trying to come in behind for the 3-star general from Korea, though I don't think they're going to catch him because he is force marching. They are actually force marching into the battle. They are still trying to save this one, even though there are no terrain modifiers whatsoever.
It's just unfortunate because now it looks like they're being...
That's 3 battles in a row. So the 3 battles in a row that Russia just lost, they've just made up for it.
Yep. Okay.
And that was a stack wipe. I think that was a stack wipe.
And this is Reconquest for Manchu, so I don't foresee Russia necessarily willing to give up that land.
No. And another battle lost. Here comes the 12k limping without a general from the battle next door.
Meanwhile,
I don't think those 12k are going to hold.
Chagatai just...
Losing ground rapidly.
Yeah.
They survived. 7k escaped.
That fort is falling. However, we are due to switch, so we will bid you guys adieu, and I believe we are bringing on CountChristo and Florry. But before we go, check on Castorland one more time, just to see it in its glory. Feels good.
Miley Cyrus.
Yep, Miley
Cyprus. Some more ships.
Yep, and here we go. Looking fabulous. So thank you guys so much, chat. Hope you had a fantastic time. I am Pirate Queen JibblyJam, and I am accompanied by...
the Viking, I guess. Mordred Viking.
Where can they find you guys?
On Twitch.
Yeah, we're both on Twitch, so your channel is...
JibblyJam.
And mine is Mordred Viking. We hope to see you soon. Thanks, everyone.
Enjoy.
Enjoy the rest.